Hello.
Wait, don't turn the channel. You've tuned into High Gravity.
The show where we talk about beer, brewing, and whatever else.
Where the only thing we take seriously is the next round.
So grab a glass.
Fill it with something cold.
And enjoy the show.
We're starting with that.
Hello.
That, I think, is the first thing to
Hello.
record is they're going, hello.
Poor Chillian over there looks like he's dying.
Yeah, I'm just waiting to come on in when it's time to come in. I'll let y'all do the. And I'm not looking like I'm dying. I'm dying. But
Yeah, we definitely broke them.
If you haven't figured it out yet, Chillian's back. We have another episode with him. He's graced us with
It's been
his
like
presence,
2
and I
weeks in a
appreciate
row
it.
that we've had you on here now. Welcome back.
It's because I never left. I've just been sitting here drinking for the whole 2 weeks. You know,
That's why he looks the way he does.
that's it.
We understand.
So I'm kind of excited about this one because we have a couple of beers in front of us,
Yes.
and I don't know
And we
which.
have a lot of beers in front of us right now, but a couple that we're going to talk about.
Are we going to have both of these so I can say I'm excited about both? Or
Well, let's just start off with the first one.
all right, which you want to do this one first? Okay, cool. We're gonna jump right into our beer with
We're just going to go with our descriptive narrator here. Just,
Samichlaus, which
Klaus.
is
Samichlaus.
Samichlaus. Yes, it's
he's German. Say it with a Klaus. Samichlaus.
Austria.
Whatever.
Austria. Let's
Same damn difference.
Hey, that's
Like
never
half
mind.
of
I
both
won't,
those
I
countries
won't
want
go
to kill
there.
me for that.
It's the imagery is like a very old image of Santa Claus type thing, Old Saint Nick, and it's the world's most extraordinary beverage. Apparently, it is a malt liquor of 14% by volume. Castle Brewery in Eggenberg, product of Austria. Let's see, do they have any description on the bottle?
Probably.
Brewed only once a year on December 6th, Samichlaus is aged for 10 months before bottling. This speciality, I think it's special. The fucking font on this is awful. Is perhaps the rarest in the world. Samichlaus may be aged for many years to come. Older vintages become more complex with a creamy, warming finish. And I gotta say, creamy, warming finish is not what I want to hear when I'm about to put something in my mouth. But I guess today that's what we're gonna do. So
Imagine if that was your job. It's like, what do? I just work 1 day a week. Well, 1 day a year. Just December 6th.
In the mic.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, but it's brewed once a year, December 6th.
brewed and bottled by Castle Brewery, Eggenberg.
So have you guys had Samichlaus before?
I have. I'm trying to find the year of it, but it wasn't in here. But so in the beer judging class I did, we had 1 or 2 of these.
This
I
one's
think.
2020.
Yeah,
According to the
ours-
bottle, but I can scan it on
I
want
to say it was like a 90 something that we had. It was aged like a significant amount of time. So it was phenomenal. Like I rinsed the bottle out and drank what was in the bottom of the bottle after we were done. It was that good.
It doesn't surprise me about you.
I have had the Samichlaus, but I do not remember it. I was in Miami, and we were at the World of Beers. And when I went there for the first time, we were there for a week, so that way I could get a job done. When we ended up going over there, it was the World of Beers you drink 50 beers and you get a T-shirt.
Ooh, nice.
So, of course, now I had a goal in that 1 week to drink 50 different beers and get a T-shirt.
It sounds like a
Easy
goal
enough.
that you can accomplish. I believe in you.
Well, the last day I had 10 beers left before I had to finish. I actually got cut off halfway through the day. The bartender cut me off, told me I wasn't allowed to have anymore.
This is the classic, right? Oh, there's one
Yeah,
right
it's
here.
classic. Yeah, I'll check it in so you can piggyback.
So I ended up having some
Already got
water, sat there and waited. My last beer that I had was the Samichlaus.
Nice.
That night to make 50 so I could get my T-shirt. So I don't
Nice.
remember this one. So I figured I'd pick it up so I can try it again.
But you did get the T-shirt.
I got the T-shirt.
Because I thought he was getting ready to be like, yes, they cut me off right 10 beers in. And I couldn't get my shirt.
Oh, no, I sat there and said, look, I'm,
like,
going to
that's
drink water until you tell me I'm allowed to drink. This is my last day here. I'm getting my damn T-shirt.
So there was a place, I don't know what they're called now. It was across from Emil's. Was it T's Rockin' Roadhouse now or something like
Yep,
that?
yep.
Tease Roadhouse.
So a couple years ago, it was under a different name, and they had the same thing. It was like 50 beers, and you get a plaque on the wall there with your name on it.
Terry's Terrace in Harrison Township does that as well.
Yeah, well, they're a lot further, and a lot more expensive. And I was 4 beers away from a fucking plaque here, and they quit and they threw out all the records.
Damn.
Like the place that bought them kept the record, or was going to keep the ones that were there, but they threw out the ones that were complete.
I know a brewery that
I'm
could
drinking
probably
this
do
beer
that.
out of a plastic
That'd be cool.
cup. Because I like to keep it
And
gangster.
Terry's.
That's not a sin.
So
I
what
need
I
a
like about
solo-
Terry's, I think it's when you get to 50, you get $1 off beers like the
Yeah,
rest of
for
your life.
life.
And then at 100, you get $2 off.
I'm part of their Suds Club. I've got the $1 off for
I
life.
love the
Nice.
positive
I need to get back to that. Like, I haven't been
rewarding
there.
of the drinking. You
Yeah,
know, I love
absolutely.
that. I think you should. I think you should be rewarded.
That's a.
The beer itself is a reward, but I'll take another one.
Why not? You should.
That is very
You
bready.
should be
like,
given
right
a
off the rip.
trophy if you.
Am I the only one that smells pineapple? Like, I fucking get pineapple
is
when I
good.
smell it.
That's pretty good. If I
I
wasn't,
don't get pineapple. I get like a very bready, yeasty. I don't know.
why do I like it? Is it because it's malt liquor?
I don't know, man. I would say it's probably
yeah.
the best malt liquor I've ever had, and
It
I gotta
tastes
be
really
honest.
good.
Yeah, that's yep.
Wow.
I'm just.
I don't even like what anything tastes like right now. This tastes good.
It punches you in the tonsils
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. There's more left
Got
in
a
the
sweet
bottle.
caramely taste to me.
Very.
Yeah.
That's.
It definitely tastes like malt liquor though, and I appreciate that. Like,
Oh yeah.
It's in there.
It's so it's almost like a barley wine.
yeah,
Like I get a very barley wine kind of mouthfeel to that.
because it's got that kind of like a little bit thicker texture across the palate, like that.
really
Yep, and the high
syrupy.
alcohol. It's
Yeah, 14%.
I like
yeah.
to judge my malt liquor on how much it makes you in a fight in the street.
I feel like this.
See, I look at the
This doesn't give me the
price.
violence yet, but we're gonna find out.
Let's keep going.
We got a couple of these bottles, so
I'll
yeah, I
drink this shit all day.
I don't hate it. Like I would much rather drink this than like Colt 45 and two zigzags.
This is a cocktail. This is almost cocktail.
Maybe that's all you need.
Going to the park,
put ice in this boy.
Smoke that tumbleweed.
We should probably stop that.
Yeah, we don't, we're gonna get copyright
save
strike
that for
from fucking
karaoke
Afro
night.
Man. Like,
Well, some is it's kind of a brownish, clear through color.
Golden
Gold, a little darker than gold.
or gold. Yeah, like a dark straw. Like a not like it wasn't dried enough before
it's
it was
the
baled.
same color as that goldenrod honey that I was
Yeah.
pulling this week. I mean,
I like it. It's almost on the meat. It's almost a little bit tastes like.
I feel like it's got the same texture.
Yeah, it's like I said. That's why I get kind of like a lot of barley wine out of it.
the same texture as the meat. You think?
I feel like I think it's
Little
got
bit.
similar texture.
So there's a lot
Not quite as heavy,
of yeah. I was gonna say there's.
Say, I don't think
body
so. I'll have
to
another
it.
beer.
Yeah.
but it's sweet. It's definitely sweet like that mead we had was.
And the aftertaste is sweet.
Oh yeah.
So this mellowed out after a few years. Oh my god, it's good, dude.
Yeah, it says right on the bottle that it's supposed to get better with time, gets more
Oh,
complex.
this will
so
definitely
So
get better
any
with time.
any
yeah.
heavy
It's
beer
already
will
3
do
years
that.
old.
Yeah.
It's already got 3 years on it, so stored properly. Just keep it out of the light.
Yeah, the ones we had were they were at least 10 years old when we did them, and just they were good. I'd love to get some of those guys on. So if you remember, we were talking about the Iron Brewer thing a couple episodes ago.
Cool.
Yep, one of the guys in there actually reached out and commented on it. It was like 3 or 4 years or whatever since they brewed that beer, and it was like the Facebook, your memories from that long ago. And one of them reached out like, "You still have one of those, don't you?" I'm like, "Yeah." So there's an Iron Brewer competition that was done at a local brewery.
Okay.
And for the people who can't realize, I'm filling Chillian on this. You all heard this episodes ago. You should remember. So my buddy,
Continuity.
my buddy got his group, his team took second place in this competition, and I believe, what is known to be the last bottle of their beer from that competition. So it was a surprise. Like, you get there, you don't know what ingredients you have, and it was fenugreek. So I think it was an Indian spice. And they did
This
a.
whole show is me acting like I know what the fuck is going on. So what
You're doing a really
am
good
I?
job.
Because I'm trying.
Nobody knows what fenugreek is.
What
So
is
that,
Fake it till you make
that
it,
was
man.
the fun
Fake
part.
it till you make
Basically,
it.
it's-
I don't know what's going
It
on.
sounds like the last name of some rich kid you hated growing up. Oh, it's fenugreek.
His dad's a lawyer. He'll sue you.
So it's a cooking spice in India or something like that, whatever country it is.
It's any country
It's-
you want it to be in, to be
Oh, yeah.
fair.
It's
like,
to
you
be
know.
fair.
No one's
To be
going to look it
fair.
up. And no one's going to look it up. Let's keep it
It's got a very maple taste to it,
Okay.
and when it gets wet, it changes completely.
That sounds like some
Other stuff.
women I've dated.
When it gets wet, it changes completely.
Yeah. So
I
the
like
whole
this
point of the
show.
competition was you're given like 2 mystery ingredients and grains. Now you have to make beer with it. So Michael is the guy's name. Everybody calls him Preacher. He's an experimental brewer.
Amen.
So he'll do all kinds of exotic brews and random stuff that's really good. So I wonder if I can get him to bring this. He found a way to make hops cotton candy.
Hop cotton candy?
Hop
I've had
candy.
hop hard candy, and it's fucking awful.
It's cotton candy,
So
but
I'd
it
be
tastes like
interested.
hops. It is amazing.
I'd be
It's
interested.
so good.
It's like a bitter cotton candy, though? That's kind of weird.
Oh,
Right.
it's good. It's good. Trust me. Hey, look at me. I'm
see.
telling you, food's good. The food's good.
I see.
And so he and I apologize, dude. I'm totally blanking out on your name right now.
Well, this is so interesting because we got like a alcoholism MacGyver basically. Like that's what that is. He's just changing shit into
Redneck ingenuity.
not
What
you.
what
Oh,
do
yeah,
you call it,
yeah,
Daryl?
Not you
Extreme
specifically,
hobbyist.
but I'm saying,
Extreme
like
hobbyist.
who is? No, I'm not
Yeah.
talking about you guys. I'm talking about the
Other people. Okay, that's fair.
We call him preacher. He's
You were
endowed
just
with the
speaking
power
about
of the
somebody
Lord.
putting a bunch of shit together with the
Bill.
with the beer.
Bill's the
and
other guy's
stuff.
name. Yeah.
Also,
So
I wanted- keep
we
going. I'm listening.
we roasted honey and ginger at the event, put that in the beer with the fenugreek, and they took second place. And it was really cool. So there was the brew day. Everybody brewed their beer, and then they took it home to ferment it, turned it in by such and such date in a bottle, and then they did the judging, and then we went to it was a Sherwood Brewery.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a
I like their
whole-
pizza. Their pizza's really good.
There was a whole menu. So if you went to the results show, I don't know what to call that. Excuse me, sorry.
Good for you.
So when you go to the event show, like it was like a 3 or 4 course meal that was designed based on all those ingredients in that food.
Hell yeah.
And you tasted that, and then you got to taste all the beers, and then they announced who the winner was. It was phenomenal. I liked the beer. Like half the people that were there commented in that guy's post, like, "Oh, that was terrible. That was so bad." One guy's like, "I still have half a keg of that." Well, I still have the second place bottle, and they gave me that bottle because my dad was at the brew day, couldn't be at the sampling day. So that bottle was actually meant for my dad. But I told him, says, "Look, this is the only bottle. We need to have some sort of group meeting and try this." And I told them both, I was, "Look, let's get you guys done." This was when we were talking like episode 1, the group I wanted to bring in for that one. This is those guys. And I want to get them here so we can do a tasting of that beer
Cool.
That'd be
because
fun.
I think it'd be phenomenal.
I think we should do like maybe at the brew day or something, like a live show, like a live tasting.
That could be interesting.
Guys,
yeah.
this is a really good show, and I also want to let you know that my son is one of your biggest fans of this show too. Loves the show. He's 16. He's underage, but
That
I
is
don't have
not
a
our
kid.
target demographic.
But I don't have any kids. Yeah. I got 3 kids. They're all 15. They love this show.
I was gonna say I'm doing some math, and I'm like, how old were
That's
you?
all of our listeners.
Like he hadn't even heard of pulling out yet because he's just like 6.
I don't have any kids yet. After these beers, I might.
Somebody getting pregnant tonight.
Someone might get pregnant after I drink another shot of this peppermint beer.
I want to increase my odds. May I get a refill, please?
Yeah. This one's
to
empty,
open
so
another
you got.
now.
Or no, there's a little bit left. There's a little bit.
A little? Come
Yeah.
on.
So I gotta be honest though. After in between sets here, we sampled some of Daryl's 18% blueberry mead, and it was fucking fantastic. But after finishing that glass of Samichlaus, I'm feeling a little wavy. Like my head's a little bit lighter than it was when I sat down.
I got tricked into a good time over here messing around
You
with
have
you guys.
13 minutes to finish up and get out of here before
yeah.
you're
Oh,
in trouble with the wife.
So maybe I'll hold off on that for now.
Well, then-
I'll come back. to
The
you,
other
my
married
friend.
man over here, he's looking. He goes, "I understand. We're gonna make sure we get you there, sir."
It's crazy.
I got no
The woman that's
commitments.
made me late for every single thing in my life is like, "You need a beer at 1:30." I'm like, I'm pretty sure like you owe me one.
Isn't that
I'm
how
going
they
to
work
apologize
with them?
right now for you to her if she's listening.
She ain't.
You didn't make it.
So this will be the divorce hearing. This is going to come up like, why were you late? They're going to play this episode.
Wasn't his fault.
No, it was
Not at
totally
all.
ours. We will 100% accept responsibility.
Those
We
degenerates.
apologize to the lawyers and your honors. Thank you for your time being here today. We hope everyone Jim's
We
favorite.
have handcuffed you to the chair.
Yeah.
You know,
we don't-
and that was for a totally different purpose.
But you're
but,
still there. We lost the keys. So.
Yeah, we don't really, and that is going to be the problem here.
I have an acetylene torch. I can go get it.
These podcasts are really messing up lives. They're like they can look back and go, "Oh, well, actually, you weren't on church. You're drinking with your buddies."
I was at beer church.
I thought, yeah.
we should put up a sign out front, beer church every Sunday. Like it's a protected category. It's a religious affiliation.
Wait, these
right?
aren't live though. No one knows when we record them.
No.
So we're good.
Yeah,
Well, now
so-
Chillian knows. He knows the secret.
No,
You know, we're
I
gonna
love
have to-
these Tuesday
take 'em
shows
out.
you guys do here.
Oh, yeah.
Podcast, Tuesday
It's a great
podcast.
Wednesday.
The Taco
isn't it?
Tuesday cast.
He's had
everybody.
3 episodes with us.
All right, that's. I'm ready to pop this next beer though, because I really want to get
All
into
right,
this.
so you
one.
can do
This
your
one I'm
little reading
excited
and-
You
about.
trying to get the hell out of here? That's what it was.
No,
It had
I mean,
nothing to
I'm
do
just-
about getting into this beer.
I like BCBS or Bourbon County
So when
Barrel
we hang
Stout,
out in small groups,
you
we
know?
all start to smell because we're sweating. That's what he wants to leave.
Yeah.
I get it.
That man, it happens.
So one of our customers that comes in here to the brewery loves his beers, specialty beers. His name is Jeff, and he
Shout
actually
out,
brought
Jeff.
us
Thank you, Jeff.
a handful
Yes,
of
thank you,
beers,
sir.
different beers, and this is one of those. I think 6 or 8 beers he brought us.
Yeah, this
Awesome.
one is 14.6%, so it beats out the Samichlaus by an extra 0.6% alcohol.
Well, truly, thank you, sir. We appreciate your donation.
Yep. A lot of craft beer nuts are familiar with Goose Island. They're familiar with Bourbon County Barrel Stout.
I got a fun story
Or
about
brand
Goose
stout,
Island.
rather. I keep saying barrel like the other B, but that's fine. It is intense aromas of charred oak, vanilla, caramel, and smoke.
Ooh,
You want that smoke?
I'm turned down now.
So
Well,
there's really not a lot of
You stay on
descriptions on
that
this
side
bottle.
of the table.
It says enjoying a snifter, which is what we're drinking out of. So we're even using the appropriate glass based
is
on the
good, that is
bottle.
good.
And it does actually recommend on the little, it's got a little flag on the side here. It says develops in the bottle up to 5 years. And this is a 2020 Bourbon County
We got to
stout.
come back in 2 years then. Shit.
So for me, what I found with a lot of like, at least more commercially produced stouts like KBS or things like that, 3 years, that's about
Yeah.
your mint. Like, after that, you start to, the booze starts to kind of come back around. You lose like the chocolate and coffee and
Just blended in too much.
yeah.
Yeah. So when
You lose a lot of the finer
and I mean
points.
that's going to be different for every beer. Like
absolutely.
you can't pigeonhole them. But I know in years past when we've done Bourbon County verticals or KBS verticals or other, Blakehorn Unidragon, shout out Clown Shoes Brewery. 3 years. That seems to be about
Yeah.
mint. But it all depends on how it's stored too. If you just store it in a light room, like and store it in your fucking window, it's going to go bad. you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Now I've never enjoyed. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Have it.
Ooh,
that was a good
that's a
one, too.
good one.
It's got some pop to it,
So
ladies.
I've never really ever enjoyed Goose Island when I buy them at the stores.
This
but-
might change you.
But going to the brewery
sounds
out in
good.
Chicago was amazing.
Pass you that,
Their beers are really good.
Thank you. So we were some group of friends of mine and I. We went to TGI Fridays a few years ago, and this was when Honker's Ale came out.
I used to work at TGI Fridays.
Which one?
How many pieces of flair did you wear?
In Dearborn.
Ah, this is not the one.
It's the
Then.
world's most dangerous Fridays.
I knew I saw you from somewhere.
So,
Tarot frequents the TGI
It was me.
Fridays.
everybody there knew I like beer, and I'm like, fuck it, I want to try the Honker's Ale. So I ordered it, and the guy went and he got the beer, and my buddy's like, I dare you to just slam it when he brings it back. I'm like, okay. He goes, I'll buy you another one if you do. I'm like, don't challenge me, deal.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
So the guy set the pint down. I picked it up, downed it, put it back on the table. He was like, holy shit, that was impressive. And everybody's like, how did it taste? They're like, I have no fucking clue.
Is this?
No, that's
No,
your
that's
last one.
still-
You gotta
yeah.
finish it up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's when Chillian showed up, he's just like, I don't know if I want to drink. I might sample a few, but now he's over here power drinking them
This
with
one
us.
Oh, my
There
God.
you go.
Wow.
Don't pour a lot in there, god damn it.
No, dude, this shit's
I'll
got
take
some
whatever
legs.
he doesn't
Full
finish.
glasses over here.
I will take whatever he does not finish.
And then judge me with your eyes because I'm not drinking it.
So this
There you go,
has,
Johnny. You can get the
this
rest of the
has
bottle.
that bourbon barrel smell right to it.
I mean, I will. This
Yeah.
is fucking amazing.
Straight up, it is very smooth. First
You
of all,
wanna
it is
split it with me, Daryl?
It is a super
haven't even tasted mine, but I'll take
silky
more.
beer. Silky is a great way to describe the mouthfeel. Very very bourbony, but man, like the chocolate is wonderful and subtle.
yeah.
It's got like just the right amount of bitterness, like just the tiniest little bit to balance out all that sweet. Not overly sweet though either. Like it's not excessively sweet.
A lot of roasted notes to this.
This tastes like what you expect when you think, oh, a
Bourbon.
bourbon barrel
Yeah.
aged stout. Like this
Yeah.
is exactly what you expect. And,
Like there's yeah.
and for the gravity on it too, like again, I think that it drinks lighter than it is. If I had to guess, I'd probably say like somewhere between 8 and 10%, but not 14.6.
Yeah.
It tastes thick though.
Yes.
It
It's
is.
definitely heavy.
Very thick.
Which I kind of want with a barrel aged stout because prohibits that kind of slamming behavior. You know, like if it's too thin, you're gonna want to drink it quicker.
Challenge accepted.
I mean, hey,
Are we challenging drinking?
Not against you.
You know, I was supposed to go
not
help with
stupid.
range day on a CPL class after this recording session. I don't
don't.
think that's gonna happen.
why?
What does the barrel have to say about all this?
The
It's
Darryl? The Darryl. What do you say
the
about
Darryl
the
barrel.
No,
He
no.
said the barrel.
It's a bourbon barrel, right?
Yes.
It's like, is the barrel like, why don't y'all why don't you go to the beer barrels? Like, why y'all? I thought y'all wanted a beer. Why y'all? Why y'all in my
So the
barrel?
bourbon. So are you
let's
familiar?
check it. This bourbon.
I want to hear Daryl. I want to hear Daryl's take on it because he's
'cause-
done more barrel aged than I have.
You know what I mean?
I
It's
just
like,
understand barrel science. So
But
you first.
You're
I
going to do
get
the
it.
science. You're definitely smart.
I get it's for. I get it. I get it's obviously for flavoring, right? But
Yes.
my where I'm coming in at is that it's like, if you want bourbon, why not just drink bourbon? Like, if I'm drinking a beer, why do I want to take like?
So it's a whole different kind and level of alcohol. So bourbon, whiskey, anything that's aged in a barrel, generally, I mean, you've heard of.
So
You're
someone has
familiar
to be devil's
You've
advocate.
seen moonshine.
Yes.
Moonshine's clear.
Right.
So whiskey, bourbon, anything that's a dark liquor gets its color and a lot of the characteristics from aging in a charred barrel. The type of wood will change the flavor.
And sometimes not charred.
Yeah, French oak versus like an American oak will same liquid, completely different beverage when you're done aging it in that barrel, and it changes on the level of char. So that the charcoal kind of filters some of the alcohol, filters some of the undesirables.
Yeah,
And-
there's even barrels made out of staves from multiple barrels. Like they might have a stave from a red wine
Yes.
barrel, a white wine barrel,
Yes,
a
utopias.
bourbon barrel.
And we'll
Yeah.
get to that in its own special
They,
episode.
they make a barrel out of staves from other barrels,
Yeah.
which is super interesting. It's like a rainbow.
There's a
effect.
whole beer for that, and I'll show you the
That is
pictures of that because that's an upcoming episode.
Yeah, and as with specifically how they age the liquor in it, like as the temperatures change throughout the year, the barrel swells and contracts, which causes the liquor to either absorb
Go
or
into the water,
you know,
come out.
No, I'm
It's the
understanding.
And in layman terms, it's a lot about blending the flavors together. So
Well,
if
that-
you like your bourbon and you like beer, when you add that in there, that blended flavor that comes out of it is just a smoother,
Yes.
easier drinking taste.
So you've heard of a single barrel, for example. So most
You gotta
commercially
put a ring
available
on that barrel.
liquors are blended. They will take some from
Yep,
this part of
throw it
the
back.
aging house, this
Use
part,
and
this
throw.
part, this part, and there is I'm blanking out on the term. I apologize to those who are in the industry, but they blend those barrels to get that consistent taste. A single
Yeah.
barrel that is that barrel number that was
It's
aged
always
in
gonna be
this
unique.
house, this barrel number. And they can give you a full rundown on why the characteristics of that barrel differ from that barrel.
Which I think that actually is a nice segue to something that we wanted to discuss.
All right, you battle-hardened badass, this one's for you. The veteran who's seen more shit than a plumber on a busy day. You're out there, marching through the minefield of life, turning scars into stars while the world tries to make you march to its beat. So grab that frosty pint of freedom fuel, down it like a soldier on leave, and face the day with the audacity of a veteran who's fresh out of fucks to give. You've got valor, vigilance, and the most victorious brew within arm's reach. Here's to you, the military marvel turning life's battles into badges of honor. Now let's get back to it and charge this day into submission. The only orders we want to hear are the ones being called at the bar. So bottoms up, you camo-clad conqueror, let's show this day how we soldier on.
We're gonna do a brew, like we want to brew a beer, you know, for the podcast and have like a release party, have people out and drink the
Barrel
beer.
age it.
Yep. So we've been talking barrel aged, and we have some interesting concepts. Like, you know, we're gonna source a barrel. We're gonna figure out what we want.
And I almost want to do something different than a stout.
We need a Pappy barrel.
It'd be interesting
Let's
to do
do.
something that wasn't
How
stout.
about a barrel-aged Belgian?
Here's the thing about I understand the barrel is for flavoring, but can
Yes.
you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, if you have a choice between two girls, right? This girl or that girl, right?
Can't have them
Dating-
both?
And you're dating this girl. No, you gotta pick.
Have my
All
cake
right.
and eat it too. No,
You
fuck
can't
you.
date this girl and then go over there and be like, "Yo, I want to wear your. Can I have your clothes? Like, can I? What?
Oh, hold on, I got this.
I
one.
want to wear your clothes."
Who says you can't?
All right.
No one says you.
In this
See, look at
situation,
that.
you
So-
can't. I want to hear the man out. I want to hear the man out.
I
I
want to
hear
know.
you, and I
if
wanna-
I
I
was
want
the
first
bourbon
answer at
barrel,
this.
I would be like, I thought you motherfuckers wanted beer.
Hold on.
Why are you coming over here fucking with me and my flavoring and my taste now?
I got this one. Hold
Well,
on.
after
you don't
you
really,
age,
you don't really taste like
it.
that. Where's your beer barrel at? Don't become.
No,
Well, you don't age
so
beer in a barrel anymore.
a
Understood.
bourbon barrel is something that's already been used, something that's been around the block.
It's already had the bourbon.
It's
Yeah, yeah,
seasoned.
yeah.
It has the experience of an alcohol in it. So, in your
get the
analogy,
enjoyment.
you find somebody who's been around and had some fun. You're gonna have more fun with that than you are if someone that just
Very true.
walked off the street and just like, hey, let's have a good time.
Barrel aged beer, the beer with experience.
Yes. There you go. Yeah.
I mean,
So
there is
that's-
even there
there you
are
go.
beers that I think Dragon's Milk did one where they did aging the Dragon's Milk in the barrel, and then when it's done, they then take the beer out and then put a whiskey in, and now it's a whiskey aged in a beer barrel.
Got it.
So they do go back and forth. It's a little less common, but when
It's
you
just
when you
levels
use a
of-
barrel,
yeah.
like the alcohol that's in it basically sanitizes the barrel, like
But
it
they don't
absorbs
use
into the wood.
but they don't use all bourbon barrels for all beers, though.
No.
Right? They'll
No,
use a
certain
bourbon
one.
barrel.
It
when
depends.
when
So
you're trying to
if we knew what
specifically-
this
right.
was,
Yeah.
you would taste characteristics of that bourbon in this
Right.
beer.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
that. No, I'm not refuting the how productive the barrel is. Like I'm on board with that. I just have a personal problem with the fact that you're drinking this beer and you want to come over here and get the flavoring from my barrel, from my bourbon.
Oh, yeah.
Know what? Stay on your side of the beer.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah,
All right.
stay in your lane. Don't be trying to steal
Look at
my
it
bourbon
this way.
shine a little bit. I'm acting like I got a bourbon
Cross
barrel or
cross
something
promotions,
like that.
baby. Cross
There you go.
promotional.
It's cross
Cross promotions,
I
and
actually dig
so
it.
there
I dig
are
it,
a
but-
lot of bourbons and a lot of manufacturers that you can only use that barrel one time.
And a lot of distilleries also own
Yeah.
the brewery that they're aging their beer in. Like, yeah. Like,
So,
it's,
if you look, like you go to any garden center, you're gonna see, an empty beer barrel or whiskey barrels, like as planters. So that's a barrel that's been used once.
Wow.
Then they cut it up and they're done.
Why would they use a barrel one time?
So
Is it to keep I'm sorry.
to
you
keep
do
the
you do lose
consistency
a
in the
little
brew
bit of
process.
something out of it. Yeah, you lose a little something every time you
Yeah,
use
so
it.
you've heard like angel share and devil's cut. So the angel share is what the alcohol that evaporates through the wood and just goes out. Devil's cut is literally what they wring out of the wood. So that's a really harsh, a very tanniny, woody kind of beverage at that level.
Interesting.
To maintain the consistency and the purity of the brand, this barrel charred to this level, aged this long, makes this whiskey.
And
That
it's-
is our signature whiskey. After that, that barrel's done.
But that's the same thing with beer. We
Yeah.
use it one time,
Yep.
and then we'll move it to wine. So we'll put
Yeah.
wine in after. So now we've got a bourbon, and beer has more complexity.
So your
to that
difference
next
there,
scenario.
so that's
Got it.
think third use. So your first use, that's your whiskey. You have X amount of time to reach its peak productivity of the product. When you age a beer in it, sake of argument, we'll say age for a year for bourbon, whiskey, whatever, liquor. For a beer to get any of those characteristics to go out of the wood, because keep in mind it's got to expand and contract to the wood fibers for that alcohol, that liquid, to kind of take on those characteristics of what's there, to pick up the bourbon notes. So again, sake of argument, you went from a year, we'll say 6 months for a beer. I'm sorry, year and a half. It takes longer because the wood is quote unquote used. So in a wine, something that you typically want to age longer, we'll say 2 years. I mean, these are just numbers I'm spitting out here, but
there's actually ways they've discovered more recently than you might think
Oh,
about,
yeah.
like faking the process,
Yeah.
like utilizing
electrolysis.
electrolysis
Yeah.
and it's about surface area. Like, so
Yep.
instead of putting a beer in a barrel or a whiskey in a barrel or whatever, they have a kind of inert fermenter like stainless steel or something
Yep.
like that, and they put in wood chunks or spirals. They'll make spirals of wood because it has more surface area, so you get more of the characteristics of
the
the
exposure.
wood. And they use electrolysis in a certain way to kind of mimic the process of like the absorption and contraction.
Yeah.
Alternatively, like a lot of like home distillers or things like that will, put the wood spirals in a mason jar full of their white lightning and put it in the freezer for a couple days, take it out of the freezer, let it warm up, put it in the freezer. So basically mimicking that natural
Expansion and
cycle
contraction.
of the the barrel room cooling and contracting. Or you have places like a Maury Winery in just outside Traverse City. They built their winery up on top of this massive hill. It's beautiful. It's a fantastic place. But they dug into the hill and made their wine cellar. So their wine cellar basically it stays
Constant
like
temperature, yeah.
55 degrees.
So a lot of
all
places
year
in
round.
France will do that too. So
The bottle of what was it, the Pierce Javelin that we had it was aged in the river salt barrels.
Yep. So
in the
a
southern
lot of
France.
companies that make cheese or fine wines, they're going to age those like you'll see cave aged. The advantage is there. It's a controlled environment, so you're controlling the level of moisture, you're controlling the level of temperature, the variance, and that controls so much about what it does.
He's in trouble.
Let's
by
take
the
a
way.
commercial break, and we'll be back in a moment.
I like it.
All right, you cocktail concocting maestro. This one's for you. The bartender who can mix a mean martini faster than a patron can order another round. You're out there, juggling jiggers and shaking shakers, turning spirits into liquid gold while life tries to give you the hangover. So grab that frosty pint of hoppy heaven, knock it back like a shot you just poured, and face the day with the audacity of a bartender who's fresh out of fucks to give. You've got skill, spirit, and the suds-yest brew within arm's reach. Here's to you, the barkeep boss, turning life's lemons into legendary cocktails. Now let's get back to it and pour this day into submission. The only tips we want to see are the ones left on the counter. So bottoms up, you mixology mastermind, let's show this day how we shake and stir success.
You can have my headphones if you give a shit.
But actually do that.
I
'cause
told her, I
it-
said, I'm going to leave in 5 minutes. And she's like, it's already 1:30. And I'm like, I'm leaving
my
now.
friend.
And I'm sitting here finishing my drink.
Do you have any unattended alcohol you don't want to consume? Because I'll kill it.
I'll finish
Yeah,
that
here.
bitch.
I
Do
don't
you think
want
I'm leaving behind BCBS, man? That shit's mint.
Oh, what is that? That's this one?
There's a lot of.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So this is really good, but the Dark Lord variant, I think I liked a lot more. This is
Trying
good,
to remember. Yeah, this is fucking phenomenal.
but compared to the Dark Lord variant,
Which one was that?
that was a $300 bottle that we joked about.
No, this what I just mixed
I
with
don't know.
that.
Mix.
The man handed me a glass to finish.
It's like
it.
guys,
Good beer.
It's like you have art on the wall and you just take blue paint.
It's called abstract art.
Yeah, exactly.
Art aficionados right now. Do we
What?
have another beer coming up, or can we drink Gatorade after this one with something with electrolytes in it?
Next up, bourbon. Oh, we only have like 30 minutes, anyways. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah, you should have it.
Bullshit out.
You pulled that out the garbage can. Whatever. I see what you do with
So-
Gatorade here. You throw it away. I asked for Gatorade. He had to reach the garbage can and pull one out to hand it to me. They don't even fuck
It's
with it
not
around
garbage. I opened those packages
here. You
today.
guys don't even fuck with electrolytes.
See you later, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very well.
Take
Well, I
it
mean,
easy.
we opened in 30 minutes, so that was probably it.
Oh shit.
It might be it. You can round
Well,
it.
we told the people we were going to a commercial. So
We'll
do we
just
want to
cut
do the
before
comeback? Welcome back to High Gravity. We'll see you next episode.
Bullshit.
We're gonna let you close it. Fuck it. We're gonna let the new guy close it.
Hi, everybody.
Chillian socials.
No, we're leaving.
Yo, yeah. Hello, I'm drunk, so good morning.
We're leaving. It's
or
a goodbye or a
afternoon.
good night.
Hi, guys. I promise. I really promise that when I'm not drunk, I'm not drinking like all the way in the night, then waking up and drinking all the way in the morning. I'm
realize-
probably better.
I've only ever met you drinking.
Right.
So you say you don't drink, but I've only ever seen you
It
drink.
doesn't make any sense to you.
Yeah,
at all.
no, not at all.
It makes a lot of. I look like a fucking liar. Okay, I'm lying. This was my way to get you to just serve me endless amounts of alcohol. I really am complaining here. Where I'm living somebody's
get
dream
enough.
right now. Yeah, this is somebody's dream.
Mine. That's why I'm here.
Like if you
I'll
look
change
at it,
that shit.
I am sitting in a bar at a round table with a plethora
Before
of
they open to the
beers.
public.
Before they open, I really.
On a Sunday.
You're right. I should be
A
grateful.
Tuesday.
I should shut my mouth.
Sure, Tuesday.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I ain't gonna front, but you know, if I wasn't so hungover, I would understand. I gotta be the hungover dude right now.
That's all right.
Because you need this person
We
on
have
your
that
show.
fourth position for rotating personalities. That's the whole point.
I like you. I like what you guys are doing here.
Well, I like
and
it. We
how
appreciate it.
how you work so efficiently when you're not sober? Like I don't get it. Like you guys work
Wait.
better drinking.
We're never sober. That's the key.
Aha! It's like like the hawk. I'm always mad. I can dig it. I can dig it. Oh, we're supposed to be leaving. Oh, YouTube. Yeah, I'm on
you
You
your
were
saying
supposed
goodbye.
to say
I'm
goodbye
sorry.
like 10 minutes ago. Come
I'm
on.
sorry. I thought we were getting ready to go into another subject. I'm like, oh yeah, I was.
I mean,
closing
we
this out.
can,
Another
but
beer?
if we do that, we're gonna have
No
to do
other
another.
beers. No, because
I'm in, but we got to do another commercial because I got to take a leak.
30
No.
minutes. We're done.
I'm out of here. No, I gotta go.
23 minutes. We could do another short episode.
No.
Let's get out of here. All right.
I'm going to get food.
YouTube, Chillian Thomas, Chillian Thomas. You can find me anywhere on there. I got a lot of shit going on. This Wednesday, I'll be at the Ann Arbor Comedy Showcase. If I am alive.
That was like, yeah.
See, I told you I was drunk. All right, I'll catch y'all later. The show's already happened. I hope it went well.
It was awesome. Good job.
That was, best comedy show I've ever seen. Eh? See y'all.
If you didn't learn anything today, at least remember this. Beer is the answer that makes everything better.
Can't remember the question, but who cares when you have a cold one in your hand?
Remember, everybody, drink responsibly, drink high gravity.
Most importantly, drink well.
Okay, not the well. Life's too short for bad beers.
Stay frosty, my friends.